Hello, I'm Jill Holloway and I'm speaking to you from Mauritius. I've been involved with the Wakashio oil spill cleanup since its inception, and I've been privileged to work with the National Crisis Committee established by the Prime Minister to deal with this crisis. It's been a revelation. I've been gobsmacked at the incredible efficiency of this team. When Mauritius cries out for help, the world listens. And I want to say this time they've really come to the party. I've met people from all over the world who've come here, specialists in their field, specialists in environmental cleanups, specialists in oil spills, specialists in, well, in fact, insurance. The insurance company is doing their best to limit the damage as far as possible because they have to pay for it. These guys are extraordinary, and the Mauritian government has been astounding. I hope you enjoy the videos. This is the world's largest primarily oceanographic state. It's also the world's most romantic island. People come here on honeymoon, they come here to get married, they come here because they love Mauritius. It's beautiful and the diving's incredible. But we are also a whale sanctuary. Whales come here in the winter to have their babies. Dolphins are here year-round. It's breeding season. Look at these guys. They've got their babies with them and they're swimming around the ocean. I think Mauritius must be on everybody's hit list because it's the most romantic island in the world, and it's filled with memories of love and passion and joy. The Wakashio is a 200,000-ton, 300-meter, 4-football pitch-long ship that was returning from Singapore to Brazil. It grounded on our reef at Point Desney, and it ignored our Coast Guard. It refused salvage. It told us that they'd send a salvage team from Holland, and we waited. The ship didn't wait. The ship began to split, and oil began to pour out of it onto our beaches. What does Mauritius do in a crisis like this? The Prime Minister called a national mobilization, and everyone came to his aid. We all helped, we all came out, we all stitched bales filled with sugarcane trash, and everyone was involved. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, shopkeepers, workers, sugarcane workers, nurses, everybody got involved in this extraordinary event. We stitched bales, long, thin bales filled with sugarcane trash, and we piled them into fishermen's boats. 40 fishermen involved here. 40 fishermen helped us here. Piled them into their boats and dragged them into the ocean to stop the oil. And they did. It worked. This is how it looked the day after the oil spill. This is how it looked a day later, beginning to clear up. And this is how it looked after 4 days of hard, back-breaking work, getting rid of the oil. They stopped the slick from spreading towards the main beaches. And Blue Bay is absolutely beautiful. It hasn't changed a bit. It's perfectly clean. Look at this. You might wonder how this happened. Who was responsible? Well, it was the Mauritian government. Their national mobilization calls immediately for a national committee to control the situation. And this is the man that did it. I'm talking to the Commissioner of Police, and he has been controlling this very, very busy meeting of all the experts from all over the world.
It is. I mean, I'm a police commissioner. I've got my style of leadership, my style of management. I've spent almost 45 years in the service, and I think this is a crisis, and managing a crisis, you can't spend time just beating about the bush.
Okay guys, I'm with Matthew Somerville, who's the specialist that's come to sort out the oil problem in Blue Bay. And I'm wondering, Matthew, what other oil problems have you sorted out?
I've been doing oil spills for 35 years, so this is not my first oil spill. Unfortunately, it's the first one for Mauritius. But although for the people here this is a big problem, and it's not insignificant, there have been much bigger and worse spills around the world. If you look here at Mauritius, we're only a couple of kilometres away from where the shipwreck is. It's still a beautiful country, still a beautiful place. The damage that's been done by the oil will be cleaned up as far as possible. Nature will then have to do a bit to help, but things will get back to normal here, and it's definitely somewhere you should still be planning to come and go for a diving holiday.
Oh, Matthew, thank you so much for that. That's exactly. Is this a difficult salvage? This is Chris from the salvage crew. Is this a difficult salvage, Chris, or is this something that you've done before?
We've done this before, but this is difficult.
Why?
Because we don't have any equipment yet.
Oh my God. Where do you come from?
I come from the Netherlands.
Ah, we were waiting for you.
Well, I'm here now.
At the end of every session, the Prime Minister arrived with the ministers who were concerned with the events of that session. And here he is. All that was left to do was clean up. Guys in the mangroves cleaning up. But it's worked. Blue Bay is as beautiful as it ever was. It hasn't changed. And in the north we dived, and look at the fish. They're better and more beautiful than they ever were. After lockdown, without any fishing, they've grown bigger. So the shoals are bigger and the fish themselves are bigger. But there's been a tragic consequence here. These are our dolphins. School of dolphins we saw at the beginning. Dolphins breathe air and they go up to breathe. We haven't had the results of the tests yet, and we don't know what's killed them. But this is the tragic side effect of any event. Something dies. And people march. And Mauritius came out in support. And Port Louis was filled with Mauritians, each with a different purpose, but all banding together. There was no anger, there was no aggression, there was only peacefulness and charm and singing with true Mauritian exuberance. This is an extraordinary country, and these are extraordinary people. I've never seen a mob like this, gathered together in peace, without any kind of aggression or violence. This is Mauritius, and I'm Jill Holloway.